The next one we're going to look at is observational analysis, and this gives you statistical feedback and which can show you your strengths and weaknesses. So that can be of a team or an individual, and it is very time consuming and often needs more than one person to make sure it is done right. However, it doesn't have to be expensive. But higher end athletes may want to use both video and live analysis, so getting a good quality camera, tripod, etc. may be quite expensive, and also then sending it off to be looked at and put into the statistical thing will be very expensive as well. So the ability of the participants. Observational analysis is normally only done for higher end to elite athletes, as it is very time consuming and will only be beneficial for those who will actually work on what is found, and if they are there to be picked by a different team, then it's good to have your statistics there so they'll be able to see how good you are. It won't really be relevant for lower abilities, they're still learning basic skills. If results come back and the team or individual gets good statistics, then it will give them more motivation and confidence, which should motivate them to work harder in training and then to move their stats up and become better at their sport. However, if one person out of the team got really bad feedback from the game and they normally play really well, it could demotivate them, but it also might not give good feedback if it only takes account one game. So you would want to make sure that you take into account lots of different games in order to get a very wide range. If there is a large team, then it will be harder to do observational analysis, as they will need lots of people if they want to just focus on individuals, as it's very hard to keep your eye on one person at a time, and if you're doing a whole team, it could take quite a long time to do. If it is an individual sport, then observational analysis will be good, as the people doing it will be able to keep their full attention on the person, and we will be able to get the feedback that they get, the data that they want to be able to give the feedback. The person doing the analysis must have very good knowledge of the sport and also what they are looking for. They must also be able to put everything into a database that they will get the feedback that is needed. And many elite teams or individuals, as I said earlier, will have to send off for results of the analysis to be looked at properly, and so that they can come back clearly, so they know very clearly what their strengths and weaknesses are. And when the coach gives back the feedback, they have to make sure they do it in a constructive way, so they don't knock anyone's confidence. This feedback can help to determine different positions in the sport, so football, who's at the front, who's at the back, and also tactics. But you can also get it from get their other team's statistics, so that you can work around it and see what's best to hopefully beat them. So for team, it's hard to just look at individuals in a team because there's so many of them, and it can also as I said just now, it can help to pick the positions of the team, and it might pick up on weaknesses that have not been seen before, and if they all get positive feedback, then it can help with team cohesion. For an individual, it's easier to concentrate on the player and also spend more time working on their weaknesses, as you can have more one-to-one time, and it can highlight their strengths, which will give them confidence and which will make the player stronger. So the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are that it can be cheap, it doesn't have to be expensive, and it identifies strengths and weaknesses, which means that you can make improvements and then do the same test again to send them off and see if this has actually made any difference, and also to get other team statistics. Disadvantages, however, is that it's more quantity than quality, and it's very time consuming as well, as normally more than one person is needed, especially for a team, and it can also make people lose confidence if they don't get very good results back.